Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube Draft. You know when you click draft and then it loads immediately? It's very satisfying. That just happened. This pack probably just gonna take the One Ring. It's good. I played with it. It's more broken than I would have expected it to be. And now I know that you have to cast it to get the protection effect, which makes sense because it would be absurdly broken if you could just blink it or tinker into the protection effect. So gonna take that. Be pretty happy about that. I like Coalition Relic. I'm interested in Survival of the Fittest. I feel like there's still not enough support for it, but you can do things like, tutor up an Archon of Cruelty, discard Archon of Cruelty, and then reanimate it. With the addition of Flash, you could find something to flash or channel. So it has some utility, but I'm still a little bit suspicious of it. Otherwise, this pack is actually pretty bad. I guess you could take Archon of Cruelty. It's one of the better reanimation targets. Well, if you had first picked Archon, probably Entomb is alright. Notably, the One Ring Displacer Kitten, just talked about it, not exactly a combo. We could take Grim Monolith, that makes Voltaic Key a very high value pickup in our deck, because Key plus the One Ring draws like a million cards, Key plus Grim Monolith gives you a ton of mana. That's an option. The other direction I could just go is take Displacer Kitten. This card is broken with so many things. The problem I have with it is I've basically started with 2 4-drops, and I'd rather take something like Grim Monolith so that I can enable broken things like the One Ring. Like, if I can only get one of these 2 cards, the enabler cards like this are rarer than, just good 4-mana plays. So I think I'm actually going to take the enabler card and see what happens. Very unlikely Displacer Kitten wheels, but I think that's okay. Here we have Metamorph. Metamorph can copy the One Ring, which is just great. And that's why I wanted to take the Grim Monolith, because now I have an enabler, I have a payoff, and now I can take another, kind of payoff card. If I had Displacer Kid and then Metamorph, my deck is all 4-drops basically, and I don't love that start. The other option is Demonic Tutor, which is just a very strong card. Good in general, it can find things like the One Ring. Metamorph does have a decent chance of coming around, and I'm not beholden to any color yet. So this is also a pretty safe pick, and honestly, I might just go that direction. Metamorph is good with the One Ring, but you could do better things. Like you can get Upheaval, and then you can Demonic Tutor for your Upheaval. Upheaval is good with One Ring. Grim Monolith, I like that. We got Mystical Tutor, Reprieve. Not a lot else, so we're going to take Upheaval and see what happens. This is a very good card, and it fits in the type of deck we're trying to make. Okay, next we get Factor Fiction. I do love that card. Portable Hull, just some good cheap removal. We do have black for Demonic Tutor, so we can take something else. They came from the pipes. Does that work with Upheaval? Like, you play it, you get 2 creatures, you draw 2 cards, you bounce they came from the pipes, you get the 2 cards you manifested back to your hand. That's interesting. I think I'm just gonna take a good old-fashioned Factor Fiction, but that's interesting. I see this card wheel a lot, so maybe it comes around, but I'm like thinking about that. I like Mind Stone here. Pretty generic, decent card. A lot of like heavy color requirements on a lot of these cards. And since I'm not entirely sure what my deck is doing just yet, I like just staying open. I've been very, very impressed with these cards. These cards like Inferno Titan you can cast for 4 mana. It's quite ridiculous. I could take Verdant Catacombs for better fixing. Brainstorm is okay. Dam for a bit more removal. Pest Infestation also very good. I mean, I have some ramp. I can play this card pretty early. I think it's between that and Verdant Catacombs. I think for now we're just going to take the fetch. Stay open a little bit longer. Jace Wielder of Mystery does give us a win condition. I've had a deck or two that could benefit from something like this. Sensei's Top is so dirtily. It's probably pretty good here. If we get Tinker, we get Tolarian Academy, I'm going to want cheap artifacts. But it's also just such a dirtily card. And Fire Ice is pretty good as well. I think I do take the top. I don't have to be happy about it to play it. Here we have Consider and Treasure Cruise. I have Factor Fiction, so Treasure Cruise is probably pretty good. Oliphant, Silent Clearing, Mountain Forest Plains. A lot of Naya fixing here. uh, I guess I will take Jetmir's Garden. It has the highest chance of being one that I play. Unlikely to get there. There is an Unholy Heat. I'm feeling like red is open. There's also a Waterlogged Grove if I want some blue fixing. I'm gonna take the Grove. Okay. Red is definitely open. That's a very late Elvish Mystic as well. I could take Spirebluff Canal, Firebolts. I could take a Jeskai. Triome? I really want green to be open so that I can upheaval with green. So it feels like black is not very open. Blue is also being cut. And it just feels like the Naya colors are what's there. There's Yavimaya and they came from the pipes. I don't know like what combos there are with this card. It's good fixing, I guess. I'll take it. Knight of the Reliquary, sure. And this card. Okay, I mean red is super open. I might have to pivot here. I don't know if this card is like good. I don't know if this tells you, hey, red's open. If it's just kind of 4 mana, make some devils. Okay, well. We get a Black Lotus and there's LED in the pack. There's also 4th Aerolingas, which, given the way that this draft is going, there's a chance this comes around. And I will pick that up and move in. The problem is there's so many other good red and white cards in this pack. Bone Crusher, Carnage Inspector, Spellbinder, Thalia. This is like all of the good red and white cards. I will take a Black Lotus though. I won't complain about that. Okay, this pack. What do we have? We have Wishclaw Talisman. We already have Demonic Tutor. There's Teferi. Not really in white. Emrakul. If I get Channel could be good. This is such a weird pack for us. I could take Ignoble Hierarch, and that could help us stay green-red, stay a little open. I could also take Botanical Sanctum and try and wheel the Hierarch, but I think I'm just going to take the Hierarch here. We have some good mana, and then, like, Upheaval's just an excellent card. Boseiju is flexible, Bring to Light. Doesn't get artifacts, right? No. Trinket Mage for Black Lotus is not bad. We also have Sensei's Top, so that's an option. We also have Lurrus with Black Lotus. Is decent. The rest of the pack is not amazing. So I think it's like Lurrus, Trinket Mage, and Boseiju. Lurrus is a pretty heavy splash. So I think I'm just going to grab this Trinket Mage. See what happens there. Eternal Witness. I like. It's basically what Lurrus would have been. Expedition Map or Chromatic Star are okay with Trinket Mage, but they don't combo with much else. Kira is quite good. I've been seeing more of her. She's like card advantage, right? Draw 2, then discard 2. So it's not card advantage, but it's filtering and fills your graveyard. And then she can make 8/8. So seems like a pretty good post-upheaval win condition. But I think upheaval plus Eternal Witness is a pretty dirty loop. Upheaval, Eternal Witness, like Black Lotus, you can do some crazy stuff. So I'm interested in that. There's a Mox Opal. Delighted Halfling for the One Ring is also tempting. These packs have been weird, right? Red was so open pack 1, and probably someone moved into it just to my left, and now they're taking it, so we can do the things we want to do. There's also an Atraxa. I don't have any good ways to cheat her into play, except for like a Black Lotus, but I'm keeping my eye on that. Mox Opal is really good. I don't have enough artifacts yet, so I think I'd take this Delighted Halfling. It can cast the One Ring, do some other things. Is that right? I could also take Mox Opal and... Yeah, this has higher upside. We're going for riskier. I have Black Lotus. I think this is why my win rate with Black Lotus can be lower. This is Esper. So I don't think I'm playing the Knight. Now I can take Hedge Maids. That way I have a fetchable green-blue. Verdant Catacomb with Raffine's Tower also is sort of like I can fetch for blue or green. And this would also fix for the black so I can play Demonic Tutor much easier. Jetmir's Garden does that. I think I'm going to take the Hedge Maze. Missing out on Chaldea Guardian. This card's actually pretty good too, but let's cast our spells. Spell Seeker. Okay, that one can't grab Black Lotus. There's a Lorien Revealed, which can grab a Hedge Maze, which I like. We also just have a ton of card draw, so I could just take a ton of mana acceleration and not flood as easily. Torsten's pretty good. Force of Vigor is okay. Spellseeker can grab Demonic Tutor, but I think I'm going to grab this Lorien Revealed. It's better fixing, does some other things. Well, Underworld Breach. Wow, okay. We have... Black Lotus Breach is already pretty good. Otherwise, I could take something like a Hex Drinker or Green Sun Zenith or a Thought Scour, but Breach is just broken. I'm going to take it and see what happens. When you have Black Lotus in your deck, it's really hard to pass up on this card. Here, Noble Hierarch fixes our mana. Satyr Wayfinder enables Underworld Breach quite nicely. Yeah, if I could take both, I would. I think the Hierarch is a little bit higher value here. Okay. We have a Wishclaw Talisman, is another tutor effect, but it's kind of a splash. The boots don't do a ton. Teferi is somewhat of a win condition. I don't really have much white fixing, but that's something. I'm gonna take Wishclaw just in case. So this can't get enchantments, right? Creature, instant, or sorcery card. So I could take Endurance to reshuffle my graveyard, or take Boseiju for protection. Guess Boseiju, it's just a land that has other value in it. Here I could take Expedition Map, Sylvan Safekeeper. I don't know when I would want this. If I get Titania, I would be pretty happy about it. I also don't know what I'm going to Expedition Map for, like, ever. I don't think I'm playing either of those. Okay, Halfling comes around. That's pretty good. So we have a ton of mana now. Kitsa versus Unearth. So we have Unearth Eternal Witness. I guess I'll take Kitsa. And this dude. Okay, so I don't think we're going to get there with enough artifacts for Mox Opal. But we have outs to be a broken deck. If we can find like a Frantic Search, then Breach just becomes insane. But honestly, Underworld Breach Factor Fiction is already pretty good. Yeah, we're doing stuff. I need a win condition. I should have taken that Jace earlier because I don't have a way to win yet. Well, there's a Mox Pearl. Okay. I mean, Ancient Tomb is also really good in this deck, but it's hard to pass up on a Mox. There is the Titania, so that would have given us a win condition if we had taken Sylvan Safekeeper. So maybe just something to keep in mind because I took a card I wasn't going to play over it. We'll see if Titania even comes around. I would love Ancient Tomb or Tameo here, but I will easily snap up this Mox Pearl. There's the Brain Freeze. So now we have the combo, right? Black Lotus, Brain Freeze, Breach. So our deck can win. We just need a game plan against Eldrazi now. But this is broken. I mean, we have 2 tutor effects to grab whatever part of the combo we're missing. This deck looks great now. Oddly enough, Lion's Eye Diamond would almost be better in this deck because Lion's Eye Diamond discards your hand. So if you need a couple more cards in your graveyard to fuel the Breach, Lion's Eye Diamond gives you that. But Black Lotus, I'm not mad. Like, this is generally a lot better. We can turn the One Ring. That's a pretty strong line. Here we have Talisman of Curiosity, a Preordained Fractured Identity. Force of Will can help protect the combo, but I'm kind of just looking at this Preordain. With stuff like this, you just want card filtering and to fill your graveyard. This does both of those things. And yeah. Narset's pretty good. Prophet's Eidetic Memory. Draws a card. Good with Upheaval. Because you have no maximum hand size, and if you draw a bunch of cards, this could make my like Noble Hierarchs lethal. That's something to consider. I'm just gonna take Narset though. She finds there's Frantic Search. Wow. Okay. Okay, this deck is officially busted. Yeah, I will take that. We just have to get the mana and some way to beat Eldrazi. Because I don't have. I mean, I could just kill them like Kitsa. This card. I mean, honestly, we can beat Eldrazi by just casting Upheaval over and over again with Eternal Witness. Yeah, we could easily beat them by doing that. Okay, easily is a strong word. It's a possible way to win, right? If you get Mox Opal, Mox Pearl, Sensei's Top or something, then you can go like land, Sensei's Top, Mox Mox. Or I guess we could go Mox Pearl, tap for Sensei's Top, play Mox Opal. There's a game plan there. We'll figure it out later. Oh, wow. Okay. We get Fast Bond, Manifold Key, and Prismatic Vista. I'm looking at Fast Bond here. Fast Bond Upheaval is so broken. I love Manifold Key, and Vista would let us actually cast our spells, but Key Wondering is so good. Also, Key plus Sensei's Top can let you like double draw. Key Wishclaw Talisman is also pretty good. Is Fast Bond a bit win more? Maybe it is, because I'm not going to play a ton of lands otherwise. I guess I take the Manifold Key. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Key. I think drawing cards, it's also an artifact to enable max opal, which sounds goofy, but it is a sense of mana fixing. I'll take Mishra's Bauble. Things that put cards in your graveyard. Uh, is a Blightsteel Colossus how we win against Eldrazi? Or is something just like a Seeka's Chariot better? Probably a Seeka's Chariot is better. Zerd of the Dawn Waker. So, like, this makes Grim Monolith go infinite. But is that even good? Like, what do I care about infinite colorless mana for? And that's why I'm, like, very suspicious about this card. I have an infinite combo with it, I believe. I don't even think I want to take it here, because what am I doing with infinite colorless mana? Not a lot. Okay, we have Tamio. Can get back just a bunch of good stuff. She can mill me as well. Yeah, Tamio's perfect here. Uro, Plainswamp Forest. Ooh, this is tough. Uro's really good. This is a green-black land that I can fetch off Verdant Catacombs. That can help me play Demonic Tutor and stuff. I guess I do take that. Sorry, Uro. Casting your spells turns out is fairly important. I will also take a Darkslick Shores. Force of Will would be so nasty in this deck. I mean, I could just combo off with protection here. I have no counter magic currently. Okay. Yeah, I'll take Force of Will. Okay, Prophet's Eidetic Memory is probably just a better win condition than anything else that I have, so I'll take that. And then some stuff. Okay, so we didn't wheel. There's one or two cards I'd like to wheel that we didn't, but this deck is looking quite nice. Seeka's Chariot is an artifact as well. Oh, Fast Bond is one that I wanted. But I think, like, Fast Bond Upheaval is great, but this deck doesn't need Upheaval to win. It's kind of a weird deck that has all these mana elves that I don't really need anymore. So I might end up cutting quite a lot of them. This is kind of a land. Okay. Chariot is fine. Breach, Monolith Mindstone. Don't necessarily need Kitsa. Delighted Halfling makes the One Ring and Tamio uncounterable. And that's it. Ignoble Hierarch is fixing, so I guess I cut the Elvish Mystic and the Delighted Halfling and just have some of them. Trinket Mage grabbing Black Lotus is important because that's a key part of the Underworld Breach combo. I now wish I had the card that grabs a spell because I could grab Brain Freeze. Force of Will, Upheaval. I may end up cutting Treasure Cruise here because we just want cards in our graveyard for Breach. Like, what's better, casting Treasure Cruise or Underworld Breach? Double Flashback Preordain? Probably the double Flashback Preordain. Just because it digs like 4 cards, 6 cards through your deck. Because we don't care about total number of cards, we just care about quality. Like, basically, can we hit Breach? If we can hit Breach and mill our deck, we win. Because you just Breach, Brain Freeze them, Brain Freeze yourself, and then we're fine. Yeah, I guess I don't need Chariot in the main deck or this card. And then I can just run 17 land, because I would like to hit my land drops. Also, one of them is a Mox Pearl, 16, and this one I probably will end up casting as a spell some amount of time. This is interesting. What a weird deck this is. Spectre Fiction. Do I need Tamio? She does Pits to Force, and she mills me. Yeah, she's fine. I have Force of Will for protection. Yeah, I think this is it. Yavimaya gives some amount of fixing. Oh, I also have Buseiji for removal. Yeah, this actually seems okay. So I guess casting Underworld Breach is the tricky part, but I have Jetmir's Garden, which I can fetch off Verdant Catacombs. So let's do that. And I currently don't have an untapped green to fetch off Verdant Catacombs. I almost think that's okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe this is fine. How many blue sources do I have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Honestly, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to cut Yavimaya because it only helps me cast Eternal Witness. And I don't care that much about that. And then, so right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources. Kind of want to go up on red sources because casting Breach is how we win. And if we run out of red mana, we just lose on the spot, basically. I could almost see cutting Boseiju for Yavimaya because Eternal Witness back Black Lotus gives us like an alternate way to cast Underworld Breach. But right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green sources for Eternal Witness, and that's probably plenty. We also have, oh, 10, 11. Yeah. I think the deck is interesting. I mean, we're basically like tutor for Underworld Breach. How many black sources do I have? One. This is black, right? I don't have an, no, I do have 3 black, 4, 5. I think that's fine because I'm only tutoring on the combo turns basically. All right, let's try it like that. See you all round 1. Wow, what a hand this is. Definitely gonna keep. Don't know exactly what I'm doing turn 1, but don't you dare Inquisition me. Rip. I just said that is a hand. Definitely nothing to see here. If only I'd been on the play. Yeah, they wisely take Black Lotus because I don't have any green mana now. I draw blue. Let's go Island, Mox Pearl, Sensei's top, and wait to look at the top until I see what's going on in their turn. Okay, so they're playing control. This might be a tough matchup. I only have 1 counter spell, so this would be where I'd side in like the Asika's Chariot and stuff to give them. Okay, that seems pretty good. Put on top, put on top, put on top. So I can draw a Boseiju and just play it so I can Noble Hierarch. Or at least attempt to Noble Hierarch. They don't mana leak it. I know the top 2 and I like them. If somehow they combo off next turn, I can always draw off top into Brain Freeze. Otherwise, I think we're just going to attempt to Tameo. Because I have Eternal Witness to get back Tameo as well. So let's put Tameo on top. Hedge Maze is also pretty good. So put this on the furthest top. Then Hedge Maze, then Tameo. They do have Mutavault. Maybe I want to attempt Eternal Witness instead. It is less risky here. I could play around Miscalculation by playing the Mountain. I'd rather have this get countered than Tameo. But if this resolves, yes, then I would expect Tameo to also resolve. Back for green. Brain Surge, okay. So Tameo, I can uptick, naming Brain Freeze. And here's the beautiful play. With Tameo and Brain Freeze, with Tameo and Sensei's top, right, you can basically mill your deck. And then if I can Brain Freeze myself, I can Tameo back Underworld Breach and just win. They ponder. Did they shuffle off the ponder? They did not shuffle with ponder, so they probably found something. Okay, Lingering Souls is not that scary. Let's look at the top. See what we got. Wishclaw Talisman and an Indatha Triome. So I want to mill through the land here. I want to draw this Triome so I can cast the Talisman. Oh wait, I could just get back Black Lotus and cast the Talisman. That was a mistake. Yeah, I could just win this turn. Yeah, that was a mistake. I could just get back Black Lotus. Forget that that's an option. Put on top, put on top, put on top. Okay, Tameo is going to get this card back. Cast Black Lotus. Add black. Play Wishclaw Talisman. Let's just activate this. Grabbing Underworld Breach. Play land to play around, I don't know, Infinite Days or something. Play Underworld Breach. Then I can... Okay. Wait, they didn't even... Oh, they know that I have Brain Freeze. Got it. Okay, so they scooped to that, which tells me they don't have Eldrazi in the main deck. Do I just run it back, or do I put in something like Asika's Chariot to try and win, or like Prophet's Eidetic Memory? I think I run it back until I see an Eldrazi from them. Brain Freeze? I'm gonna keep this hand. This has Force of Will, Wishclaw Talisman, and a Narset. Opponent's like, literally, what does your deck do? Okay. Yep, so I can grab the Triome. They kept on top. Manifold Key with Wishclaw Talisman is so sick. Yeah, it does work, because you activate it, untap, activate it. I think you might even get it back, but I'm not sure. Fetch here. Let's grab the Indatha Triome. For some reason I thought I had the... I like my deck, but I passed Lotus for something else. Very curious that was. Okay, will I Force of Will to try and protect Wishclaw Talisman? I don't know. We'll cast it and see what happens. I need black mana. I will Force of Will a mana drain. This is so dirty. This is beautiful. I can literally just grab Underworld Breach Black Lotus. It's in the same turn. Amazing. Very happy with this pickup. Let's go Island. Cast the Innocuous Manifold Key. So I can double tutor. I don't think I'm winning if I tutor right now. But they're not pressuring me in any way, so I don't have to do anything. Mind Twist for 3. That just puts more cards into my graveyard. Surprisingly not that mad about it. Mind Stone. Okay, let me think about this. So, if I go for it right now, I can grab Underworld Breach, untap. I have to get Black Lotus because I can't cast Breach with my current mana. And I'll have 1 mana up. I play Black Lotus, I'll go up to 4. Breach puts me down to 2. And I can cast... No, that's not enough, so I have to Mind Stone. And do I crack the Mind Stone because that could give me a land? Probably. It also puts a card in my graveyard. Mind Twist was the card. It was so late into the draft and was a good payoff for what I already had. It was pretty good there. Red Source is amazing here. Let's play the Mountain. Because now I could just get Breach and probably win. And they probably don't realize how potentially easy it is for me to win. And they're missing land drops. They're not pressuring me at all. The only reason to go for it here is if I'm concerned they're going to kill my Wishclaw Talisman. But this feels like a pretty good bait spell with Manifold Key in play. Okay, well, I've protected from everything, and I'm drawing cards now. Bowmasters? Hole Breacher. Okay. Hole Breacher also good against the One Ring. I don't really have a way to kill that card. So I take a damage. Frantic Search, not the best in this situation. I guess I can pass turn and activate the One Ring on their turn. Does the Hole Breacher stop all draws? It stops all draws, so that's just a hard counter to the One Ring. So I could just cast Frantic Search to put it in my graveyard, which is kind of funny. I think I'll pass turn one more time. Now I'm kind of looking at Wishclaw, activate Wishclaw for Black Lotus Upheaval. Because I'll give them Wishclaw, I'll upheaval the Wishclaw back to my hand. But I guess they can float mana and then Hole Breacher. Do I want to spend 3 mana to put a card into my graveyard? It'll give them more mana, but they're just holding up a ton of mana anyway. I think I do, actually. Okay, we get to do that. I can't draw off the One Ring. Eternal Witness. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So let's go for it here. Hold control. I don't think it's getting any better for me. Activate this. Untap it with Manifold Key. And we're going to activate it again. So we're going to grab Black Lotus. I'm 1 mana short of what I thought I had, which is quite problematic. I don't have any ways to deal with Hole Breacher in the main deck, so we're going to sideboard that in. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Black Lotus Underworld Breach makes sense to me. Okay, we're going for it. Back this for blue. Play Breach. Yeah, if they just mana drain this, I'm kind of dead, but Force of Negation is also pretty good. Okay, I will concede to that. Okay, Hole Breacher. Burst Lightning seems pretty good. I guess Cut Down also kills him. What do I have more sources of? I think red. Yeah, Mind Twist into Hole Breacher, not bad by the opponent. Do I also want to Cut Down, or is 1 Burst Lightning enough? I think one Burst Lightning is enough with so many ways to tutor for it. They also have Force of Negation and Mana Drain. So this is going to be a really tough matchup. Actually, with them having Force of Negation, I think I need a plan B. Because if they just like counter the Brain Freeze, I just lose. Prophet's Eidetic Memory seems good. What are we cutting here? That is a good question. I mean, it's so good if I'm going off. Force of Negation, though, is like, I need Force of Will basically to do things reliably because they're just going to have counter magic up. But I can kind of force the issue with Upheaval. Maybe the Chariot's bad and I just use Eidetic Memory because it's not a dead draw ever. I like that. Then Trinket Mage is good. Cameo is good. Foff is good. One Ring. I don't know what to cut. This deck is really hard to do and to Mind Twist Force of Negation. I guess it would be Eternal Witness for now. Although if they discard Underworld Breach, I have Tameo. And Tameo protects against Mind Twist. So I like Tameo more than Witness. And then last card to cut, I guess, will be Demonic Tutor because it's hard to cast. It's likely to be dead a lot of the time. Okay, so there's Burst of Lightning, but no blue source. I think I have to mulligan this. This hand is much better. I will keep this. And we have Breach Frantic Search. Tameo as backup. I think I just get rid of top. I don't need that card. Go Triome. Pass turn. I could play the Mox, but there's a chance I want that for Storm Count. If I draw Brain Freeze next turn, I'll just go like Mox, Pearl, Frantic Search, Brain Freeze. Mind Stone. Do love a good Mind Stone. Let's go Island. Mind Stone. Pass turn. Strip Mine my... Oh, okay. Weird they hit the basic. Maybe they have Wasteland in the deck too. Jetmir's Garden. I will play this. I mean, I get... Oh, they just took me off blue completely. That actually makes sense by them. I have red mana now. I might just crack Mind Stone for a card here. Thoughtseize takes Underworld Breach. Pretty unfortunate. Oh, they take Tameo. Okay. That's interesting. I have outs to win now. Do I? I need to draw a land, right? Yeah, I think I wait on the Mind Stone. If I draw Brain Freeze here, I am winning. Grim Monolith, pretty good. Reason to crack the Mind Stone. So let's go Monolith. And I will play out the Mox Pearl to play a little bit better around Mind Twist. I don't know if it's really playing around Mind Twist because they could discard all my cards, but pass turn. I do have other ways to win besides Breach. Breach is just the best one. I guess I'm supposed to crack the Mind Stone on my turn because I could draw land. If they Mind Twist me, do I crack Mind Stone? Probably. That gives me like a 30% chance of keeping Breach in hand. Oh, okay. They're just doing that. I'm gonna crack Mind Stone here. I do have Force of Will. There's Upheaval. I don't have any blue sources yet, but eventually we can get there. They lose life, draw cards. Hedge Maze is excellent. Surveil Black Lotus. Hold up. Okay. If they don't have Force of Negation here, we're in business. I think I can put Black Lotus into my graveyard while they're tapped out. Then I can play Underworld Breach. The problem is I would have to exile the Tameo to cast Black Lotus. So I guess I just put this on top. Mind Twist. Jeez. Well played. So I'm drawing Black Lotus. Yeah, I felt like I should have gone for it last turn. I don't have any blue mana to Frantic Search. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so we draw Black Lotus. Upheaval being gone too hurts a lot. But they do need to kill us before they die to Unholy Annex, although they could just make a big demon. Yeah. Yeah, losing Tameo is rough, but I didn't really have a way to play her that turn. Now they gain life and drain me. Dude, come on. I would have won if I had gone for it, right? I breach, put Black Lotus in, I do that. I guess I Frantic Search into Brain Freeze. I guess I can just try and deck them with Brain Freeze and a Storm Count because they're only at 24. That's a Storm Count of 8. We can do that. They're also drawing 2 cards a turn. So I'll go to 10. Lingering Souls. I think I'm dead. And they're just holding up Mana Drain, right? That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then next turn they'll hit me for 2 again. So I just have to win next turn, and it feels like they're holding up Mana Drain. Yeah, it's probably not going to do it. But I'll lead off Black Lotus here. Play this. Crack this for mana. Burst Lightning can buy me a turn. Yeah, that can buy me a turn. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can go to 9. Kill this. Ah, man, I should have just gone for it that one turn. My Storm Intuition was like, yes, this is the time. But they let that die, so I'm not dead this turn. Somehow I'm going to have quite the turn here. And they probably have Hull Breacher as well, which is not a good sign. Yeah, GG's. Let's see what they got in there. Archfiend, Hull Breacher, Cryptic Command. Okay, that was a tough matchup. Man, that's rough. Just a rough matchup. See you all next round. Hey everyone, I'm really excited to announce that the game that I spent the last 3 years of my life working on is now just commercially available. We did a Kickstarter about 2 years ago, raised $364,000, and I'm delivering those games right now, and I got some extra copies, so if you want to get a copy of it, now's a good time to do it. If you go to algomancy.io, link in the description, there's a bunch of information about the game, some gameplay animations, learn to play stuff. But if you want a copy, you can click buy it now, go to the store, and you could just get a copy of the game. It ships from a warehouse either in the United States or one in Europe. So you can get customs duty-free shipping within Europe or, within the United States. I do ship to Canada, Australia, New Zealand, that kind of thing as well. So now's a good time to get it. 70% of the copies that I got have already been claimed. So, I just wouldn't want you to miss out on this chance because the next print run's probably going to be at least a year from now. So if you're interested at all, go check it out. You can get that, some tokens or playmats or anything else. Otherwise, just enjoy the video. All right, we're playing against Wizardess. We're on the draw. This hand is fairly mediocre, but I do have Hedge Maze, and I have most of my mana with a One Ring and Upheaval. I'm actually going to keep this. It's slow, but the One Ring makes me feel more comfortable with it. They go turn 1 Imperial Seal, so Reanimator would be my guess. Mox Opal. Okay. If I go Sensei's top and I draw a Mox, nah, we'll just Hedge Maze. Grim Monolith is good. Put that on top. Really good with Upheaval. Yeah, that's great with everything I have. So Oath of Druids, Talisman of Dominance. So if I had played Sensei's top last turn, I'd be in better shape, but I'm not too upset about it. Grim Monolith. I guess I will hold the Mox Opal. Because next turn I can go like Sensei's top Upheaval if things get really crazy. Or I could just jam the One Ring. They miss a land drop. So we don't mind that. Draw Verdant Catacombs. So let's go. What do I want to do this turn? Verdant Catacombs wants to get black mana. I want to play the One Ring. So I think I lead on Sensei's top. Then Mox Opal. Then Verdant Catacombs. Then the One Ring. Then I will look at top. I like a lot of these. So I will draw. Bauble. Look at the top card of target player's library. So I can see what they're doing. They're drawing a swamp. I do have protection from everything, and I'm drawing Eternal Witness, which I think is good. To like, I can Upheaval and then do something else. Honestly, I think I just get basic swamp here, unless there's a blue source I'm forgetting about. So the Imperial Sealed, I'm very curious what their deck does. Maybe they got Flash? This is green-black. Yeah, I think I just grab Swamp. The top cards. Well, it's a good series of cards. Let's put this on top. Black Lotus, Force of Will. I mean, I'm just gonna draw all of them because the One Ring is broken, but it's not bad. Force of Will, draw cards off the One Ring. But Seiju, so we get to go Mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black Lotus. Hold up. Force of Will hardcast. I could Eternal Witness Black Lotus here. Honestly, I don't hate it. If my plan is just to upheaval, like, might as well just get a 2-1 in play so I can attack for some damage. Last turn. I'm really, really curious about this turn 1 Imperial Seal. Channel. We will Force of Will this. I also could, in theory, survive an Emrakul hit. I don't know how much mana I would be left with. It's also possible I was supposed to, like, crack Black Lotus there. Or Force of Will ping with Lorien revealed, so I would have the ability to untap Grim Monolith, but I think this is probably fine. Them having Eldrazi is a little bit sketchy, because they probably have it in hand, actually, so that makes Brain Freeze less scary. Let's attack them for 2. Okay, then we get to go play Boseiju. Blue, green, this to play a Tameo. Tameo will grab Force of Will. This also protects against Emrakul's Annihilator trigger. Shieldred's Edict. So we sacrifice Planeswalker. Does she protect against that? Yes, she does. Okay. Seems good. I was like, her ability literally says you can't do that. Go ahead. Man, the One Ring is broken. It has drawn me 6 cards. This whole hand is just from the One Ring. And I think we're just going to win off an Eternal Witness slow beatdown. My opponent is asking why I still have Tameo. They do have a Balustrade Worm, which I cannot Force of Will. So that's actually pretty good against me. My opponent's like, reading the card explains the card. Yes, yes it does. So they have 2 cards in hand and they're attacking Tameo. That's fine. Tameo dies. So let's activate top. Noble Hierarch lets me hit harder. I could also just try and win here. With Wishclaw Talisman, I could grab like Underworld Breach. That's probably better. Yeah. Draw a Wishclaw. So let's draw a million cards. Okay. Part of me wants to upheaval. Let's attack for 2. And then upheaval just gets back Eternal Witness, so this effectively costs 3 mana and ups my storm count. And I can Wishclaw Talisman too. Yeah, let's do that. So Wishclaw Talisman. We are gonna find Underworld Breach. Honestly, Manifold Keep might just be better here. I don't know what else could find more cards than that. That's a draw 5 for 2 mana. I'm gonna upheaval 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna play a bunch of stuff. Maybe I just grab Manifold Key. Yeah. So we sack this for blue. Play upheaval. Then we get to go Mox. Land. Less good than I thought it was, actually. Yeah, that was much less good than I thought it was. I will just play Manifold Key. I have to discard a lot of cards. Discard this, all of my tap lands. Don't need Sensei's top. Don't need a black source anymore. I like Eternal Witness. I don't need Preordain. I don't really need the One Ring. Although it's pretty good here. Yep, that was a mistake of upheavaling there. So I have Force of Will Narset. Mountain, Island. Eternal Witness Boseiju. I guess I get rid of Mountain here. For some reason I thought Mox Opal, I thought I had Mox Pearl. So I should have got Mox Pearl off of my tutor, and then I could have done everything I wanted. Opponent plays a Dark Ritual. I will let that happen. Talisman is also fine. We can live with that. Okay, let's go. Play Boseiju. Play Grim Monolith. Add just a little bit of mana here. 4. Then we get to untap this and play the One Ring. Yeah. No, just play the One Ring here. I could untap this and play Eternal Witness, getting back Black Lotus. But I think just jamming One Ring here is pretty good. They can't do anything scary. I get to draw the rest of my deck and brain freeze them out. Lose a life. Mind Stone, pretty good. So let's just draw some cards. We'll go Island. Play out our Eternal Witness. She will grab a Black Lotus. Play the Black Lotus. Then I can Manifold Key to untap Grim Monolith. I have Force of Will available. Let's just go for the win here. Sack this for... I guess there's no need to rush. I'll just wait. I'm really not in a hurry. If their play is just Worm, that's fine. The more cards they draw, the less likely it is they have an Eldrazi in their deck because they're going to draw into it. This is Tamiya's ultimate. She doesn't have an ultimate. Okay. So if this is just Worm, that's great. Talisman is fine. Let's untap our Monolith. Okay, we're just going to draw our deck here. So we could have like just set up upheaval loops with Eternal Witness and have just a ton of mana through Underworld Breach, Black Lotus. Because we could keep like returning Underworld Breach to hand with upheaval. But this deck doesn't really have a way to win besides Brain Freeze in game 1. All the 10. We draw a Brain Freeze. That's excellent. Let's draw some cards. Excellent. Okay, so I still don't have Underworld Breach, surprisingly. Let's go Island. Start off with a Frantic Search. There we go. We're going to discard Factor Fiction and Trinket Mage. Tap those. We're going to go Mox Pearl. Deck this for red. Cast a Mind Stone. Cast... I'll just play the Breach here. Play the Breach. Let's Brain Freeze them first. Add blue. Brain Freeze you. Maybe I don't want them to know about Breach, but... Okay, so they have a Blightsteel Colossus in their deck. That's good to know about. So I need to keep cards in my deck so I don't just die. So we can go Underworld Breach. And I get to play Black Lotus. Black Lotus for blue. Play Narset, but don't activate her. I want to prevent them from being able to... so Storm Count is plenty high. Let's play a Hierarch. Brain Freeze them again. Exiling this, this, and this. Target you with all of them. They're going to drop to 7. I want to prevent them from being able to discard Blightsteel to hand size. So it's just Blightsteel Colossus in their deck. And they probably don't even have Emrakul, which is good to know. I don't have any targeted draw. I can cast Tamiyo though. Let's play Tamiyo here. Exiling this, this, and this. Let's play Black Lotus. Exiling mostly card draw. Crack Black Lotus for green. Cast Noble Hierarch. Exiling Factor Fiction, Frantic Search, Brain Freeze. And then Tamiyo is going to get back the Black Lotus. Play the Black Lotus. Attack you for 4. Breach gets sacrificed. Some of you might not think I have Force of Will available, but I can crack Black Lotus to untap Grim Monolith. Crack Black Lotus for blue. Untap the Monolith. We'll see what happens. I could die to damage if they play the Haste Worm, but I couldn't upheaval because they can draw Blightsteel Colossus and then just discard it again and keep doing that every turn until, like, I deck out first, basically. I think I also have enough power to kill them with damage, assuming they didn't have that creature to attack with. Okay, I think they just die. I go to 2 life here if they attack me. I mean, I could just double chump as well. Attack me for 5. We'll just block. I don't know. They could have like some way to deal damage to me. Who knows? Lose some life here. We can go island. Pass turn. Not a whole lot of reason to do anything. They draw an empty library here. Okay. So they have a lot of artifacts. They have channel. I mean, this feels like a decent matchup. Blightsteel Colossus is like a little bit of an annoyance. So I think I want this as a backup win condition. And I'm going to cut something for that. Maybe just Mind Stone. Kind of the worst. I could also see cutting something else for Delighted Halfling so that I can have more targets for Prophet's Eidetic Memory. But I think like the main game plan of comboing off is pretty good. And I need a critical density of artifacts that are good with the key. This hand's pretty good. Trinket Mage for Black Lotus. Keep this one. I could just die to channel, but that's magic. Turn 1 channel Blightsteel. No. Turn 1 Signet thing, Talisman. Okay. If it's just channel Blightsteel, I'm actually not that scared because I can block it and then hopefully win the following turn. But they had other cards that seemed scarier in their deck. So we'll see what happens. Thus is the life of being on the draw. If you want a game that doesn't have this, it's impossible to be on the draw in Alchemancy, which is a game I made, and it has all the good competitive interaction of a game like Magic, but you can't be on the draw because there's a global turn structure. It's a lot more competitive. So if you're interested in that, check the description or just Google Alchemancy. Oh, this only costs 3, so it's like a rampant growth. That's kind of cool, actually. Okay, we get to go Trinket Mage. Oh, they played Yavimaya. That's actually kind of nice. We're going to grab probably Black Lotus. Yeah. Play the Black Lotus. Part of me wants to go Black Lotus, Eternal Witness, Black Lotus. The other option is I can hold it and I can go Factor Fiction, Eternal Witness, Factor Fiction. I think I'm going to hold it. I don't think having the 2-1's that valuable right now. Yeah, they have Demonic and Vampiric. Their deck's looking a lot sweeter this time around. City of Traders. Channel. Can't stop it. I didn't see an Emrakul last game. They only have 2 cards in hand. Please just be a Blightsteel Colossus. You know how bad that card is against Upheaval? Okay, perfect. You're at 9 life. Our win condition is our opponent playing their deck as intended. Is that brutal to say? 1, 2, 3. I mean, honestly, I probably just Upheaval. I don't want to have to block, and their deck, like, they don't have anything going on if I do that. Yeah, let's just do that. Cast this. Back for blue. Play Upheaval. Go Forest. Hierarch. Go ahead. Next turn, I can go Eternal Witness, Black Lotus, Trinket Mage. Okay, you know, they're going to cast that dude pretty fast. So I might want to wait on Eternal Witness. Go Trinket Mage. Ability, yes. Let's grab... I think Mark's Pearl. I don't have any artifacts, so do that. Play the card. Pass the turn. Next turn, I can... If they play the Yavimaya, I can go Ignoble Hierarch into Eternal Witness. I want to Eternal Witness back Upheaval. I can also hit them for 4 damage with Trinket Mage. Okay, they do that. So they get a bunch of mana. Yeah, this Upheaval loop is so gross. Ooh, okay. So we're not Upheavaling this turn. Let's go Island. I guess I want Narset first. Or is it just better to Witness? You know, it's probably just better to Witness. It does tell them what's going on, but I think that's fine. Let's go Hierarch. Attack them for 4. Green, green, 1. Eternal Witness. You're going to grab Upheaval for me. Good luck! This deck is like 2 different decks together. It's like this green-blue Upheaval mana elf deck, and then it's also Underworld Breach Storm, and it meshes together pretty nicely, actually. I never feel like I'm competing one direction versus the other. Yeah, next turn I could just go Upheaval, play Noble Hierarch. All right, opponent is doing something. They tanked for a long time, which makes sense. It's a really rough spot to be in. Yawgmoth's Will. Okay. They can't channel for a lot. Demonic Tutor. What can they do for 1 mana at 5 life? Force of Will, maybe? They're gonna go to 1. Yeah, we start out by attacking. I guess I could attack with both, it's the same amount of damage. They go to 1. We cast Upheaval. Then we get to go... Now I have the Mox. Get to go Forest, Hierarch, Bauble, Mox. Pretty decent storm count. Discarding Island. I don't think I'm Narsetting. Let's discard Narset. So Hierarch attacks for lethal, so they have to play a blocker to deal with it this turn. I'm gonna keep the Bauble in play, I think, because I can grab the other Mox off Trinket Mage. Okay, I think they're just dead. I think people often forget this dude. Okay, you know what? Going out on your own terms is great. GG's. See you all next round. Alright, we're playing against Lotus77. Teleporting luck at fun. And this hand is great. We're 1 Black Lotus away from being able to double Demonic Tutor. And that's pretty strong. We have Preordained, Frantic Search. We got a lot of stuff. Playing against a green deck. We love a green deck. Allegedly, they got rid of Craterhoof Behemoth. Someone told me that, and that is confusing to say the least. It's Preordained, so we're just looking for fast mana, basically. Or really any mana. No to Demonic Tutor. Do I want an island? That lets me Frantic Search. I think I kind of have to take it. Even though it's not the best mana source. Because I think an easy way to lose this is... basically, I can Frantic Search, I can Factor Fiction if I take that island. Lightning Greaves. Oh, this looks like a Nadu deck. Okay. If I draw... I know I'm not drawing... Jetmir's Garden. Yeah, if I had a green source, I could actually kill the Greaves. Well, if they have Nadu next turn, that's going to be unfortunate. Play these two, play Mind Stone. Play the key. I can play Jetmir's Garden and Frantic Search into Boseiju if I really need to. Whoa, Tolarian Academy, Llanowar Elves. Okay, opponent's cooking over here too. Time Twister. Okay. I guess so. Got the 1 ring Manifold key. They drew a Mox, which is not great for me. I'd love to draw Black Lotus here. Man, their deck is sick. I want this much fast mana. Also, I don't think I've like seen this card. I've drafted artifacts quite a few times. Every time would have been amazing, and I've not seen it. Interesting that they Chromox and Ignoble Hierarch. I guess it's better with Academy, but they have Lightning Greaves, so it does add mana with haste. In fact, it was just strictly worse, right? What a ridiculous card this is. So they have the combo, but they don't have... Well, they have Evanescence Pilgrim. They're going to do a lot of stuff. Brain Freeze seems pretty good against them. I mean, probably my play next turn is just play the 1 ring. They have another Evanescence Pilgrim they could play and keep going off. Yeah, okay. I don't know why they would attack there, because they could draw 2 more cards. Yeah. Weird attack. Oh my gosh. This is disgusting. Nadu is something. I will give them that. Grim Monolith. I know they have at least 1 more. They have Tameo, right? Yeah. Well, my plan is to just play the 1 ring next turn. This is just like 2 broken cards against each other. Nadu, completely degenerate. Look what's happening. Oh, they could just channel an Emrakul? Am I just dead? I might just be dead. Fractured Identity. Okay. The 1 ring doesn't help me that much, because they can fracture an entity before I can like Manifold Key the ring. Crazy opener. I draw a Grim Monolith. That's quite good. Let's go... We'll start with a Grim Monolith. They could have Reprieve. They're kind of representing that mana right now. They absolutely have Reprieve. Oh, Force of Will? What? Holy cow. And Spell Pierce? How am I ever winning this matchup? Yikes, dude. I mean, they could probably kill me next turn, I would think. But I guess we'll find out. We just played Jetmir's Garden and a Sensei's Top. Good luck. They have channel, so I'm almost certainly getting Emrakul next turn. They could just hardcast it too. This is awesome, but very sad for me. Actually, it's particularly sad because if they have channel Emrakul, it makes my brain freeze even worse. They have memory lapse? What the heck, dude? This is like all the permission ever. I do get to see a lot of their deck, which is at least good. Shifting Woodland can get back Nadu if I counter it. This is just constructed. Oko, very good. What is Oko doing? Fraction Identity, the key. Yeah, sure. You got it. You can untap your Grim Monolith. Mer Battlesphere with haste is probably enough to kill me. Man, that's like the sickest card ever with Tolarian Academy and Gaia's Cradle. I just really want to know if they have an Emrakul. I'm hoping they get greedy enough to just try and hardcast an Emrakul, because Channel doesn't do a lot else in their deck. Opponent wisely just killing me here. Really sick turn. Upheaval is decent against them, but they do have so many like mana dorks and cheap artifacts. Like that's just one of the most busted starts I've seen. Okay, so I don't know if they have Emrakul, but I kind of probably have to assume they do. Burst Lightning can kill Nadu. No, it can't, because that card has 5 toughness. I don't know if I can win this matchup if they have Emrakul. If they don't have Emrakul, is this put counters? Yeah. I can make a big creature, but they can just chump block it forever. I'm not sure what else I'm doing, really. And this, like, it's not a dead draw, which is what I like about it. Narset's pretty good against them. Do I just cut Tamio? He doesn't, like, win the game. Alright, we're cutting Tamio. Go first. Yeah, I mean, this hand is fast. Got some good draws possible. The problem is Upheaval is just not that good against them. I Upheaval and they go like Mox, Noble Hierarch. Okay, it's decent against Tamio. Not good against that start. Oh my gosh, dude. Come on. I don't think I'm winning this. Literally, what even? If they Time Twister next turn, there's like, you got me, I guess. That was turn 1. I do draw Black Lotus. You know what? My turn's pretty good too. What am I Trinket Maging for? I'm just scared of... Go Island. Play this. Play Grim Monolith. Tap this to play a Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage is going to grab the untap thing, probably. I can also just grab Sensei's Top, but that's pretty bad. I'll grab Manifold Key. Oh, Manifold Key gives unblockable. That's my win con. We play the key. And I'm just going to run out Black Lotus in case they're trying to Time Twister. That way I have more mana. 2 can play at this game. Is yours much better than mine? Yes. Because Tamio draws you a card every turn. Okay, they didn't do anything. I don't hate that. I have Boseiju. Do I let them flip Tamio? I think I kind of have to. Like, Upheavaling here doesn't do anything. I guess I can attack for 3. Haha. Play a Surveil land. Put that on the graveyard. And yeah, I'm just gonna hold up Boseiju and the ability to just get an insane amount of mana. They crack the clue on their turn. Okay. Oh, you know what? I could Boseiju a Mox and then Upheaval so they have less mana available. It's not terrible. It's probably best to just save Boseiju for Lightning Greaves unless I'm about to go off. They're not doing anything. They have so much counter magic though is the problem. Demonic Tutor is pretty good though. Black and green. Cast Demonic Tutor. See what happens there. They let it resolve. What are we gonna find? The One Ring probably. Yeah, the One Ring's pretty good. So I think I attempt an Upheaval first. Do I want to use key for all of that? So this is 3. This is going to go down 1 and then up 2. So 4 up to 6. And then I can play Beseju Black Lotus to One Ring if they counter it. Okay. Let's try it out. Hardcast Force of Will, great. They fell for it. If they have Spell Pierce, you know, I guess you got me. Okay, perfect. We got the bait. I get to draw a card. Preordain. I think at this point they're 2 cards away from Nadu comboing me, so I'm just gonna play out the Beseju. Hit them for 3. They can flip Tamio next turn, but it takes all their mana. I'm happy with how I played that. Okay, so they're gonna flip Tamio, probably get back the One Ring, and Twitching Doll can make 2 spiders if they want to protect Tamio. Okay, they just uptake. That's also fine. They got a bunch of stuff. So we lose a life. We get to draw a ton of cards. Okay, draw a card. Terrible. Let's untap this and draw more cards. Or do I preordain first? Maybe I preordain first, because if I find something I want, then I'm going to want mana here. Narset is interesting. She definitely don't care about Bauble. Narset can grab me stuff that I need. She also stops them from drawing. The problem is they, I think, can just attack and kill her, which isn't great. Right? Because if I play Narset, she's up 5. If they just get Lightning Greaves Nadu, I'm kind of out of it. I think I'd just rather draw something random. Okay, that's actually not terrible. Given that, I think I just go Island. And I can just hold up Force of Will, and then use Key to draw a bunch of cards. They only have 2 cards in hand. I kind of like that. I mean, they just have crazy amounts of mana here. Tamio, Collector of Tales. You can get stuff back. I guess I just Force of Will this. I missed out on some card draw, but we're drawing so many cards anyway, it doesn't matter too much. It's possible I'm just supposed to let her resolve. Oh, they tried to Shifting Woodland the Tamio. We love to see that. I made that mistake. Not the only one. Okay, we draw Sensei's top. So let's draw some more cards. I think with Wishclaw Talisman, we can just win. Yeah, black, blue. Play Wishclaw. Play Mountain. Hold control, activate Wishclaw Talisman. Manifold Key, the Wishclaw Talisman. Activate Wishclaw Talisman. Okay, we're gonna grab Underworld Breach. And we're gonna grab Brain Freeze. And I'm gonna play an Underworld Breach. Play a Black Lotus. Preordain. Force of Will is kind of nice to have, so I'll get rid of Demonic Tuner. Nice, okay. They didn't even need to see what the other card was. And that tells me they're weak to Brain Freeze as well. I'll run it. If they're weak to Brain Freeze, maybe I don't need this card. And I can run just Tamio for something, or Burst Lightning for something. I think Tamio is... I mean, honestly, this is not bad. With the One Ring, I can turn my mana else into like a 7/7. I think Tamio's just better. I'm on the draw, though. Whoa. This hand can Brain Freeze for so much. I'm gonna keep this. Honestly, I think the play is just turn 1 Mindstone Sensei's top. Delighted Halfling, you got it. Uncounterable Nadu? Sure. The crazy thing is they didn't even see Brain Freeze. How much Storm can I make this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could mill them for like 21. I don't think I want to do that, but pretty strong. Mindstone. Sensei's top. We are literally just Underworld Breach away from winning. That's how ridiculous that card is. Ooh, Guy's Cradle. Okay. Wow, is this a turn 2 Nadu? Holy cow. Oh, Oko. Okay. They make a food. Cool. Glad I didn't play Black Lotus. Turn 2 Oko with a lot of support. I think I just win. Yeah, right? It's just Black Lotus. Who needs anything else? Just blind luck. Oh, they could have Force of Will. Well, if they have it, they have it. Let's brain freeze myself. I need blue for that. Uh, let's just commit. Sack this for red. Play Underworld Breach. Yeah, okay, we win. Brain freeze myself. And that'll do it. Turn 2 Oko has nothing on me. Man, this deck was sick. I probably should have trophied. That first matchup was just a bad matchup and my draws were bad. And I think I made some misplays as well. Other than that, this deck was excellent. Just showcasing just how broken this card is. Like, Brain Freeze is the easiest way to win with it because it's a win condition and a combo piece, but you can just Frantic Search, you can Factor Fiction, you can just use it to play Time Walk a bunch of times. It's a broken card. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.